So hello and welcome to our very first Doctor Who special. We've been doing virtual quizzes since March, but we thought we'd give this a try just to see how you all are doing.
Yeah, and also it's the best way to clarify this. We do it as research, so when we get to watch Doctor Who all the time, we're doing it for research, which is always nice. So good to see everybody. We've got a lot of new faces in tonight, a lot of new names. We are on YouTube, Twitch and Facebook, so if you are on all three of those platforms, welcome to you as well.
Just to explain on those platforms, Twitch is more or less instantaneous. There's about a 5-second delay on YouTube. But with Facebook, there is an automatic 15 seconds delay that they automatically put in themselves. And then it depends where you appear on the stream. So if you're slightly out from your friends, then if you're watching on Facebook, then actually take it, come out of it and rejoin it. And you might find that you're a bit closer to them on that way. Also,
if you do have any comments on the Facebook and we don't reply to, it's not that we're ignoring you. It's just that we can't see it. You won't see our response for about 15 to 40 seconds, so don't worry about that.
Yep. Do tell us where you are coming from. We'd love to know where you are all coming from. That would be great.
We've got lots of people on the score sheet, which is tinyurl.com/QA special scores. I have put it in there, but I will pin it again for you. You don't have to be on the score sheet if you just want to watch at home, play along like you're watching Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. That's absolutely fine. But if you do want to have that competitive edge, that is the link for our score sheet.
You can see the timer down in the bottom left-hand corner. We've just got under 8.5 minutes left. So if you are watching this on catch-up at a later date, zoom forwards another 8 minutes to the start of the quiz itself. Hi Barry, one of our regulars from our Monday and Friday general quizzes.
We've got Ontario, Ramsgate, Camberley in Surrey, Myrtle Beach. It's
a lovely places. Sheffield, London,
Tampa, Mablethorpe, Hoovians United. We've got the States from Tanninhawk on YouTube. We've got Universal Wi-Fi on Twitch. Hello to you. We've got London, Glasgow, Rotherham. Fantastic. And we've also got someone from Actor Corico Falapatorius on the score sheet as well.
You've been practising, haven't you?
Well, after I've had a couple of these drinks, I probably won't be able to say that again.
I've just noticed on the screen, apologies for the hair. Since second lockdown, I still haven't, we've been spending all our time doing this. I haven't had a chance to get my hair cut.
Unfortunately, we can't change your face.
You starting already?
Yeah.
Unlike the Doctor, no, I can't change my face.
We've got Huddersfield, Brighton, Michigan. We've got lots of US people playing. Fantastic. Lovely to see it. St. Helens.
People in the US, if we're using British terms that you're not au fait with, do let us know and we'll try and translate it for you.
Charlie Grant, one of our regulars, popping in to say hello and good luck. Can't stay because it's a family regular video gathering. Fair enough, Charlie. Thank you very much for your support. So let us know as well. As I said on the score sheet, you don't have to use the score sheet if you don't want to, but it does help. We can figure out who the brain boxes are as well.
It is a quiz for fun. Our whole idea of this is bringing people together in these times where we're socially distanced, particularly in the UK, where we can't mix households, we can't go to each other's houses, etc., for most of the country. So it's to bring people together. If you want to play as a team with your friends, create a chat group on Messenger or Zoom or WhatsApp or something like that and play as a team. As I say, you don't need to put your scores in. There's no prizes because anyone can cheat at this. You can even Google. And we wouldn't know any difference. So there's no worries on that scale. It's about giving you entertainment, bringing Doctor Who fans together from around the world, and we hope you enjoy it.
Indeed. We'll let you know how the quiz is played as we go. General rule is every question is worth 2 points. So if you get the question half right, you'd get half the points. We don't worry about being too precise. Let us know on things like that as well. Our Twitch name is Quiz Actually, so just twitch.tv/Quiz Actually. You can go on there. And Dark Phoenix says, I'm not going to cheat, the Doctor would not approve. Exactly.
Exactly. I just want to say a comment from, forgive me with my pronunciations, I am notoriously bad, but from Anushi, who said, truly appreciate this quiz is happening. We just want to spread the love in the way that the Doctor would spread the love.
And we've got a very blunt answer from our favourite Sue Lawrence. Not playing this evening. Doctor Who's not my thing, but I hope it goes well. So thank you very much, Sue.
We have one major thing, though. One major rule. The Doctor's number one rule is the Doctor lies. Our number one rule is...
no answers in the chat, please.
No answers in the chat. Basically, it clogs the chat up if everyone starts putting it in. But people are at slightly different places on the time streams. So please don't put your answers in. Keep them. If you're playing as a team, tell your team captain. But if otherwise, just keep it to yourself. Mark yourself as you go along. We want the chats for... I love, we've got someone called Cassandra who's just said moisturise me. I love it.
Fantastic.
Basically, we'll do shout-outs where we can. That's what the chat's for. And also for you guys to connect with each other. We do realise that there are some die-hard fans out there. We've already been told that the picture of Rose that we used on our advert is actually from Series 4. We love that sort of stuff. The fact that you're ahead of us. It is not an overly hard quiz. We've made it... Some people are going to find it very easy. Some people are going to find it hard. But for the majority of you, we think that you're just going to find it a nice balance. But there are a couple or so questions in for those of you who are really into your Doctor Who. So let's see how you do with some of our trickier questions.
So we've got 4 minutes left. The timer's gone a little bit weird there, so we'll leave that. So if you're still watching, it's 4 minutes. We will say as well, if you don't know some of the questions, they might help you out later on in the quiz. So if you don't know the answer to some of these, if you keep remembering them, they may help you later on in the quiz. So we'll see how you go on that one.
Yeah. Please do not give any points or hints to other people, because you might preempt what we're about to say.
Indeed. But we'll leave it at that. We know what we've been said. No answers in the chat. General chat for us and all the rest of your teammates around the world. Lewis George says, I don't have to cheat. I'm an expert for Series 1 to 4. Xander says, bring it on.
Excellent.
We've got Lucy Davies. Hello, everyone. My TARDIS and I are excited, said Olivia. We've got a team name on there called The Doctor's real name is Alan Barnes. I love that.
We've got Abby on Twitch. Hello to you.
Lovely stuff. Do make sure as well that on the score sheet you don't have to put all your answers in, all your points in straight away. You can wait for later on, just in case anybody does end up overwriting each other's score block. Just be careful of that as well.
If you find that you can't get into the score grid, it's because it only allows 100 people in at a time. So we have had it in the past where it's got a bit blocked. So generally, please come out of the score sheet once you put your team name in there, so other teams can put themselves in. Yeah,
we've got 3 minutes left. Anyone from Stoke-on-Trent, says Lucy Davis.
Jordan Brown just said, I am the master.
Michelle is in New York. Fantastic. How do you work the score sheet? It's basically like an Excel document that everyone can be a part of. So no abusing it, otherwise I will find out where you are and I'll ban your IP. And also, just be careful that you don't overwrite anybody else's cells as well. There are plenty in there. We've got over 200 different cells, so if you can't find one there, you can go further down and I'll put you out.
Jamie is asking how many questions are there. We've got 4 rounds, Jamie. Most of them have 10 questions each. The first one has 13.
How long is the quiz? Well, we're starting in 2 minutes and it should take no longer than an hour and a half.
Yeah, around about an hour and a half, depending on how much we interact with you. Some of the rounds we play question by question. Some of the rounds we give you all the questions, then we give you a bit longer as a recap before giving you the answers.
Oh, lovely. Lauren Coyle says, this is the most exciting thing I've done during lockdown.
Oh, that's lovely, Laura. That is really nice to hear. Anyway, cheers, everybody. We normally do our quizzes in pubs. And as I say, since lockdown, we've basically lost all our income. So we do have a PayPal there. If you enjoy what we're doing, even small amounts, give us a tip as you would your bar staff. Or pay for a normal quiz night that you do outwards. And we'll mention that a bit more later. We don't want to overdo it, but it is there if you want to help us out. Thank you.
Yeah, we're not pressuring you at all. This quiz will be free and will be free as well. We're never going to change that. We should do Doctor Who quizzes at my local pub, says Lewis George.
Okay, I will get my pronunciation wrong, but can we just go back like that? Dajid is saying can't get onto the score sheet because he's only got one device. That's fine. At the end of the quiz, you can go back into the score sheet anyway. So we do keep it open and we do keep refreshing it. So you will see it on there. Don't forget that score sheet is purely for fun. It doesn't mean there's no prizes. So there's no point in cheating on it.
Samina says, can we take breaks? I've got kids I need to put to bed. At the end of every round, you do get a good 5-minute break. So you've got plenty of time for that one. Or you could just pause the video as well.
Oh, this is nice. Kelly's put in, I started watching the Ninth Doctor with my daughter recently. She's hooked. We just started the 12th.
Wonderful. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock. This is what we do normally on Mondays and Fridays, 7:45 p.m. GMT. So if you haven't played one of our quizzes before, that's where you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch every week, Monday and Friday.
That's just a general quiz with ever-changing rounds.
With that being said, we're going to put the intro on that lets you know how to play, and more importantly, what your rounds are as well. We shall see you in about a minute and a half.
To play, don't you know? We won't go straight to the floor. Smashing the glass and then a stupid argument. Something they said and because he didn't like it. Even though knows you, doesn't care cause he's barely even sober, doesn't know what you're doing, what you're saying, something's brewing in the air, you can feel it tonight, you're not alright, cause when he's broken and bleeding, he speaks without speaking, he says he'll fight to defeat them. Takes it to the street end until he's broken and bleeding. I speak, but I'm speechless. It happens every weekend. Happens every weekend. 'Cause we like to play, don't you know? We won't go straight to the floor.
Perfectly okay.
Sorry, we were muted there. My mistake. It's a general thing that happens at our quiz. As we were saying, if you are playing socially distanced, you can talk to yourselves on chat, but don't put the answers in the chat, please.
And as I was saying about Lucy, who is watching on Facebook, if you're on your own, that's fine as well. Just play along, enjoy the night.
Indeed. And also, yeah, we'll carry on. Sorry about that, guys. We're back on now. I think we should be live.
I think you should be able to hear us now.
We'll give it a second. The Twitch seems to be the most caught up, so we'll see. Michelle says, just for fun since March, I've been watching a lot of Who. Good idea.
Puppy Randall
there we go.
Clemenston says they can hear us, that's fine.
Oh, right.
So, to get you in the mood, we are creating a round that basically is one question from each of the first 13 episodes.
There we go. Sorry, I did it again. Don't know what's going on tonight. So there we
We're
are.
a bit nervous. It's the first one we've done this big.
Yeah, so one question from each episode, and for each question you'll see a picture that reminds you of the episode itself. Again, if you don't know the answers to some of these, the questions may help you for later on in the quiz. It might refresh your memory.
Okay, sorry about that. We should be fine from now onwards.
Yes. Jed Khan says, mute again, my good men. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Okay, here we go then. So these are all worth 2 points each. Again, if we are looking for a name, unless we say otherwise, it's a point for the first name and a point for the surname.
And each question relates to that individual episode.
In order.
In order. And we give you a little hint as to what that episode was, just to refresh your memories.
So as you can see above Mark there, we've got the first clue. This is from the first episode. So which London landmark does the Nestine consciousness use as a transmitter? Yeah, regular quiz goers will know that we sometimes forget to unmute ourselves. And they don't tell us sometimes, they just let us blather on.
Yeah, they have a lot of jokes with us. We do love banter. Do give us banter, we love it. Yeah, don't feel that you're offending us. We've got thick skins, we love it.
But I will say as well, please make sure you don't use any profanity, as we do have a lot of kids watching tonight as well with their parents.
Yes.
So if you could, that'd be fantastic.
It is a family quiz. Question number 2. What was the name of the ultra-thin last human in The End of the World?
And there's a tip there as well. So again, every picture does relate to the episode in question, and it is all the episodes in order. One question for each episode.
And we do have the Brookings watching tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And a couple of other things as well we'll be doing on Monday that you might have seen on our Facebook. Also, if you are new to the quiz, we are on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to follow us, subscribe, like us on there, it really helps as well.
And what we do find is that people will watch us on their TVs, on their YouTube channels, and then answer on Facebook or on YouTube on their phones as well.
Yeah, we do watch all of your comments as best we can. And number 3, which literary figure appears in The Unquiet Dead? So which literary figure appears in The Unquiet Dead? And once again, if you got the name, you need to get the full name for the full 2 points, regardless of who it is.
You're being strict already.
That's just to clarify so people don't wonder.
Okay. Question number 4. Harriet Jones is the member for Parliament for where? You must have heard it God knows how many times, but can you remember where it was?
Can you remember the action she does as well?
When we started this quiz, we basically had something like 300 questions that we potentially could use, and we have a Dingbats round, so that leaves 30 questions. So we've whittled them down from 300 to just 30, and it's been a lot of fun working out which ones we're actually going to use.
Sophia's on Twitch said, yes, I know who you are, indeed.
I love that, Sophia.
Question number 5. Next up.
No, YouTube it should be. Igat, I don't know your real name. It says, is it meant to be imageless on YouTube? No, it should be fine on YouTube. As far as we can see on YouTube, it looks okay.
Yeah, I can double check that. I will do in just a second. Let's have a quick look, but otherwise we should be fine. So number 5. What kitchen item do Jackie and Mickey use to kill a Slovene? So which kitchen item do Jackie and Mickey use to kill the Slovene? Someone else on Facebook as well has those issues. That's strange. It might be if you are watching on a phone, sometimes the pinch and zoom goes a bit weird, so make sure you're not zoomed in. I've done that before on YouTube watching videos. It took me ages to figure out why it did it. But other than that, we should be okay, I think. I'll have a quick check on our YouTube.
Just in a comment, Arushi, don't text us the answers, work them out yourselves, mark yourselves, and then put your scores in the grid. We don't need to see your answers. There's too many of you for us to mark it anyway.
Yeah. So you just, as if you're playing at home.
I think this needs a refresh, Alex, because I'm getting it on there and you're not.
Okie dokie. All right, question 6.
Question 6. Oh, I like this one.
Sophia met Jackie last year. Absolutely lovely lady. Ah, that's cool.
She's one of the people. I think she's a lot of fun. I'd love to meet her. Okay, question number 6. Alongside a Slovene arm, The head of which classic foe is also exhibited in the museum? And that, of course, is the museum that is in episode 6.
Which is titled Dalek. Quite obvious, it's above his head. Yeah, so all the answers, you just write them at home as if you were playing a TV game show. You can shout them at your screen, just don't type them at your screen. And then at the end of each round, you can mark yourself on the score sheet as well. At
the end of this round, we'll also be doing a 5-minute recap of all the questions, and that's when we can actually do shout-outs to you while that's going on. So you're not having to do it immediately. We do have the recap as well.
Yeah, so it's a classic foe that was in the museum. Moving on. I will remind you as well, super fans, make sure you don't give anything away by hinting. Okay? I know you're excited, but make sure you do keep those. Make sure you're not influencing anybody else's answer.
Question number 7, Alex.
Number 7. What mental upgrade does Adam have implanted? And this is a 50-50 question. Is it the head chip or the info spike? So you might remember what happened, but what was the name of it? There were 2 options. Which one did he go for?
And he did have, but those were genuine options that he could go for.
Okay, try and keep it as true to the show as we can.
Question number 8, one of mine.
Question on YouTube.
What have we got? What's someone saying on YouTube?
Imagine having one of them on your own, though. Anyway.
Yes. Question number 8. What was the episode called that features Rosie's dad?
I don't seem to be getting the comments on the YouTube.
No, they're coming in.
There we go.
We've got them there as well, so that's a second help.
Yeah, we've said on previous quizzes that Facebook is the weirder one of the group. We do prefer people to talk to us on YouTube and Twitch, as it's just a better video service for live streaming.
Twitch has the best quality as well. Each system downgrades what we send out slightly to more on Facebook. Twitch is the best, then it's YouTube, and then Facebook for downgrading.
Xander Grogan says, this is very good. Thank you very much, Xander. And I know that you're a super fan as well, so that's a lot coming from you, so thank you very much.
Question number 9, Alex.
Number 9.
I love the number 9.
Number 9. What was special about Rose's t-shirt in this episode? So what was special about Rose's t-shirt? So I think we know the t-shirt. We know the t-shirt. We know the episode there with Jack riding the bomb. That was from The Empty Child.
Was it?
Or was it the one previous?
I think it's the one after.
No,
it is The Empty Child. But anyway.
Technically, it's both.
9 is The Empty Child.
Yeah, I'm having a real problem seeing the Facebook chat there.
Well, we've got it coming up in here.
Fantastic. All right, moving on. Number 10.
I love this comment. Just before we go to 10, I'm shouting out my correct answers as if people can hear me, despite me being on my own. My poor cat.
Another superfan has said that is from the Doctor Dances. Technically, it's from neither episode. It was actually a behind-the-scenes picture that I thought was so funny I had to include it rather than actually the episode. I just thought it was so John Barrowman to take a picture of him riding a bomb. So yes. There we go. Anyway,
anything like that for him.
So this is from the Doctor Dances.
I nearly said something else then, but it's a kiddies. Question number 10. What was the name of the child in the mask? Was it Johnny, Charlie, or Jamie?
I'm shouting my correct answers if people can hear me, despite being on my own. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helen's saying, enjoying this, and I'm doing very well with my doggy friend. Oh, lovely. It's a shame you can't send pictures of you all when it comes to these sort of things, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of superfans are saying that the picture of Jack of the Bomb is from the other episode, but it was the best one I could find from that one. They're not easy to get because they are quite low quality videos when they were first produced, and that one obviously is a reminder of the episode. Don't worry.
Can we just do a reminder, please? Do not put any answers in the chat. Do not put any answers in the chat. Keep them to yourselves. Otherwise, you give the game away for other teams, and it makes it less easy for them.
You do not need the child's surname, no. And again, yeah, someone else said as well, it's a two-parter. That's exactly why we did this. No, we got the pictures mixed up, but it's the same storyline, so it works the same way as well.
Yeah, it was more effective for the two questions.
Yeah. Moving on to number 11. Number 11. After Margaret, a.k.a. Blom, looks into the heart of the TARDIS, what does she become? So after Margaret, or Blom, looks into the heart of the TARDIS, what does she become? You know, it was really weird doing this quiz because the Slitheen are really the biggest enemy in the series because they appear so many times and they have so many good storylines and quips that it was hard not to make an entire round about the Slitheen.
Yeah, there was so many questions for it. There must be more than double the number of questions we managed to get for each Slitheen episode than we did for any of the other episodes. There's just so much going on.
I'll remind you as well that if you see any links in the chat, please ignore them. They are spam bots. They are such weird aliens, says Lewis, indeed.
The last thing you want to do is click those because it could compromise your computers, etc.
Henry says these questions are easy. They may get a little bit harder. This is a round for everybody, not just super fans.
Yeah, we like to make inclusive quizzes. Our tagline for all our quizzes is quizzes for fun people, not wannabe Einsteins. But for those of you who are die-hard fans who really know your stuff, we do have a couple that might throw you a bit later on.
Mm-hmm.
Question 12. What is the name of the killer quiz show robot?
Someone says it's Blonde in the chat. Well, I'm very sorry. We got the wrong word there.
I love how we're being corrected by
it's always good to know
by all the super fans. Particularly when there was one where we got told, as I said earlier, we got told that we actually had Rose from episode 4, series 4 rather than series 1.
Jed says, please don't judge negatively. They may be easy to some or harder to others. It's meant to be inclusive for all.
That's what we want. We want to make it a family quiz as well. So people have been watching with the children. I want those children to be able to answer some questions and feel good about themselves as well. It's about community. It's about being together. Poppy watched this episode last night. Great for you, Poppy. I like it. I like that episode. And final question.
On to number 13, the last one of the series and the final outing of Christopher Eccleston. Who does Rose bring back to life after absorbing the time vortex? So who does Rose bring back to life after absorbing the time vortex? Sophia says, to this day, this is my favourite series finale. It's a good one. I remember I watched it again a couple of days ago and I ended up getting goosebumps watching it because it was just such a cool idea.
Yeah. As you can guess, as much as we do our normal quiz, this is why we've gone with Doctor Who. We're both Doctor Who geeks. My first episode was The Green Death with John Pertwee. Tom Baker became my doctor out of the classic series, and then you started watching with the new series, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I do sub every time I watch series 1, 2 and 4 finale, says Lewis, indeed. Yes, there will be a quiz on the 11th Doctor. We are going to be doing every series if the interest remains strong, and we'll also be doing different quizzes on different subjects as well, so if you're fans of Star Wars or Friends or things like that,
let's put the recap on first.
Okay, and there we go. Right, let us get on with the recap. So I'm going to put the screen back up there.
So you're saying, Alex, before I rudely interrupted you there?
No, I'm just saying that we are going to be doing varying subjects on different things. So if you have any of them, there are, on the score sheet, there is a suggestion box if you want to leave anything on there as well. Okie dokie. So we're going to go on to the recap. This is going to last about 3 or 4 minutes and just allows you to catch back up if you've lost count at all. Now I'll put a little bit of the old background music on. I do apologise that it is kind of crap. It is just a case. It is just a case of it being the copyright preventative sort of music.
Yeah, we used to play up and coming grassroots music from up and coming grassroots bands, but then even that started to get flagged, so we had to remove that, unfortunately.
I am 15. I've been watching Doctor Who my whole life, says Poppy. Big super fan.
Big super. Our next one on Series 2 will be in 2 weeks' time on the 20th, just in time for Christmas.
I will say as well, without sounding too biased, I do think the David Tennant ones have got much more memorable moments that we can make a quiz out of, I think.
I think we're going to really have to
yeah, I think it's because also of Christopher Eccleston's tenure was so short that you only have to pick the creme de la creme of questions from it. Bob the Builder, says Darren. Depends what our audience level is. You know, our age demographic has to match.
Lucy Welsh says, The Green Death is such a great episode. My first episode was Spearhead from Space with John Pertwee. I fell in love with it from that one show. Just to shout out, if you haven't read Liz Sladen's autobiography, please do. It's amazing. You hear it in her own voice, and the tales that she tells of how wonderful Tom Baker is just amazing in it. It's a really good read. Do check out Liz Sladen's autobiography.
Soul Reaper says David Tennant was amazing, but so was Capaldi. I think Capaldi was good. I just don't think he had enough chance to chew the scenery. I think sometimes he was underused the way he speaks.
So,
a Joker themed quiz. Wow. I could do a Batman one, but I'd struggle myself to do a Joker
we are thinking of doing Marvel. We are thinking of doing Marvel.
I was 8 years old when Rose first aired, so this series has a special place in my heart. Oh, that's nice. I remember showing one of the episodes to my girlfriend was a bit younger, and she just completely didn't get it. It was almost a deal breaker, that. She wasn't quite understanding why Doctor Who was so good. Let's run through another one more time, I think, actually, after the end of this. Matt Smith was best, in my opinion. Yeah.
But isn't that the beauty of Doctor Who? We all have our favourites. We all have our favourites companions and our favourite side characters. And there's one bit in one of the episodes. I'll hold back that story till a bit later on, till we actually get to talking about it.
My boyfriend of 4 years' name is Alonzo. When I first met him, I had to say Alonzo. I love it.
That is wonderful.
Henry Cummins says, who's your favourite Doctor? I would probably say Tennant, then Troughton, then Matt Smith.
For me, it's Tom Baker. I'll wait till another quiz. I've got a nice little Tom Baker. I've only ever met him once, and he was just unbelievably wonderful. But I'll tell that tale a bit later.
Favourite companion as well?
Favourite companion, Sarah Jane Smith for me.
Sarah Jane? I would probably say Rose is my favourite. All right, let's run through one more time. Just make people catch up. There are 13 questions, just so I get it on there. I got the same birthday as Janet Fielding, says Jordan Brown. Will you do a specific quiz for Christmas specials? No, I didn't think of that.
Oh, that could be good.
We could do a Christmas specials quiz and just recount all the Christmas specials up to a certain point, perhaps.
Yeah. We might do that at post-Christmas, after you've watched all the Christmases ones, and that will allow us to include the current New Year's Eve. Well, I don't know what it is for the US, but in Britain, it's the new one is on New Year's Day.
Tom Baker and David Tennant says, Jeff, good choices. Sarah Jane and Rose are elite companions, says Lewis George. They are top tier, according to Lewis George.
I love Donna as well. I thought Donna was absolutely amazing, because she had a different dynamic to the Doctor than anybody else. Right, time to give you your answers.
Okay, so again, these are all worth 2 points each. If you get the question half right, you can get 1 point. Other than that, you need to mark yourself an honesty. We'll leave it at that. Disclaimer at question 12, which one do you want? What was number 12? The main quiz host. There's only one real quiz robot.
The one where you actually saw a quiz in action.
Yeah. The other ones were robots from different series, but they weren't particularly quiz-oriented. So we'll go for that one. They had a prominent feature in it, at least. We'll put it that way. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Imagine Donna and Nine together, says Dragon.
That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
John Pertwee and Romana. Romana's a good one. Yeah, the others were reality shows, says Lewis George. That's technically correct, but we'll leave it at that. Here we go then. So I shall do the answers to my questions if you want, and then you do the answers to yours.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay, so the London landmark with a Nestine consciousness uses as a transmitter. It was spotted by Rose before it was spotted by the Doctor. It was the London Eye or the Big Wheel, in case you're not a local.
Yeah, as long as you've identified it as the Big Wheel, the London Eye.
The massive Ferris wheel.
We're not being ultra picky on this, that you have to get it phonetically correct. So the last human, of course, was the wonderful Cassandra.
Jocelyn Rose says, when do we update the Excel sheet? You do that at the end of the round. Again, you don't have to do it straight away. There's plenty of time after the quiz finishes before I sort the scores, so you're welcome to put it in after that. Yeah,
we do about a 10-15 minute run-off at the end of the quiz to answer all your questions and give you time to put your scores, final scores, into that score grid.
Sarah says, the scene is the only way I know the London Eye is called. The Unquiet Dead features the author, Charles Dickens. O'Brien is the last name of Cassandra.
All right. Yes, but that doesn't come out in the first episode. That comes out in later episodes. I can be geeky enough on that one. Harriet Jones, amazing character, absolutely amazing character. Was Member of Parliament for Flydale North.
Flydale North. Harriet Jones, Flydale North. So Flydale North.
I love how people are out geeking us on the chats. I love it.
The kitchen item that Jackie and Mickey used to kill the Slovene. It is vinegar. Vinegar.
Or acetic acid if you want to be ultra precise.
It does come out in End of the World when Stuart introduces the guests. Oh, you've been outgeeked by the outgeeker.
Oh, I love it. I love being outgeeked. It's great. It makes us seem human. Alongside the Slovene arm, it was the head of a Cyberman.
Cyberman for number 6. Kenny Folks is all correct so far. Well done. Next up, the mental upgrade that Adam gets implanted. Because he has unlimited credits, he gets himself the info spike, which is the click your finger thing.
Like that?
Yes. Moving on.
Question number 8. The episode featuring Rosie's dad was called Father's Day.
I love the fact that Xander Grogan even knows how much they cost. The surgery even knows how much it costs. And the Oh Danny Boy, which is one of the clients. So yeah, Father's Day for 8. Sorry to interrupt you there. Number 9. What was special about Rosie's t-shirt? It was a Union Jack, which made it more inappropriate when she was hanging off the air raid balloon.
Yeah. Guys, we just want to say we're loving all your comments on the various chat streams. Keep them coming.
Yeah, we'll try and read less because we might end up delaying too long, but we are reading them all. I do promise.
Yeah, we are reading them all, and we do find them wonderfully warming as well. So question 10, the name of the child was Jamie.
I love that he got Shakespeare to quote Harry Potter, says Jocelyn. Played by Alfie Valentine. Good grief. How do you know that? That's mental.
He is a mega fan, obviously.
So after Margaret, or Blonde with an N, I do apologise, looks into the heart of the TARDIS, she then regresses to an egg.
Yeah, one of the things that people noticed on our main quizzes, my spelling is atrocious. I've made a living out of bad spelling at my quizzes because they find it amusing. So we do apologise for any bad spellings.
Xander Grogan is a Doctor Who chaser.
Ollie's kicking themselves for getting question 5 wrong.
It's a tricky one, that one. Next up.
Question number 12. The killer robot is the android.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Shoot the laser. And finally, number 13. Who does Rose bring back to life after absorbing the time vortex, creating many a complication? It is Captain Jack. Captain Jack for 13. Okay, so give yourself a mark out of 26. Again, you don't have to put your score in yet. You can wait until the score grid gets a bit more empty. There's plenty of time for that one.
And you don't even have to put your score in at all. If you're just playing along for fun, for you and your friends, do so. There's no compulsion to do so.
Indeed.
Kenny got full points.
It is 2 points per question, Sarah Rendell. Yes.
So we've got about 2 or 3 minutes before we get into the next round.
Yep. So let us know your scores if you want to, and the scores can be updated on the score sheet as well. And we do have a camera, which we do feature for the score sheet, so it is there as well. We've got a lot of different teams on there. If you do see a red triangle in the corner of your point, don't worry, that's just because it gets flagged if I get too many points in a certain area. So that's good on that respect. Fantastic. Sam, you got 13 right. 26 for Dragon. Yes, indeed. The Gangster's got 20. Lovely scores. I love it. As we said before, I know that some of these questions to you might seem really easy, but if you're a casual Doctor Who watcher and you've got an interest in it, they might be a little bit more tricky for you. But I think in the quiz you will find a couple of questions that might even trick a couple of you. Although I don't think Xander Grogan will, to be quite fair. I think Xander might get all of these, but we'll see. Okay, I'll pop us back to there for just a second. I question my Whovianness with these questions, says Savannah. If you got a couple wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, as I said before, if you do want to wait for a bit later on to put your scores on the sheet, if you can't get yourselves in there right now, you can just wait until the end. And we'll give lots of time for you to get your scores in before we reveal who our winners are. Okay.
one thing we always do with our quizzes is feedback is so important to us. This is the first one that we've done on Doctor Who. So the feedback you give us at the end of the quiz will help us twist and change how the other quizzes happen and what sort of questions we ask. This is your quiz, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did think we were going to introduce ourselves as super fans, but I think we've been outshined by Xander well and truly, so I think it's best we didn't.
Yes. We're just geeks, basically, not super fans.
Okay. Right then. Let's get on to that.
On to round number 2. So round number 2 is...
Sorry if that was a bit of an ear burster. That was my mistake.
So round 2 is Dingbats, which for all you Americans is what you call what's it. It's basically a hint that is pictorial for you to work out what cryptically it is meaning. I've had a lot of fun creating these. I sort of come up with them. Alex creates the visuals for them. And some of them are really bad puns. You have been warned. They are groaningly bad puns. They are... Everything that we're about to do is somehow referenced in the first series. It could be a title, it could be a character, or it could be something that happens or where a scene takes place.
Yeah, it could also be related to a person related to the show. So one of the answers could be, and I know it's not, Stephen Moffat. So that could be something, if you saw Little Miss Muffet on a Moffat, that sort of thing. So you'll see a picture. All you have to do is break it down logically, what you see, and the answer should be quite obvious after you...
But you only get 1 minute. We play this as we go along. You mark it. You've got to come up with your answers quickly. You've got 1 minute to come up with your answer.
Jocelyn says, I'm unable to edit Excel, trying to edit a protected cell. I'll do double check for you on that one. Again, you don't have to put your scores in yet. There's plenty of time at the end of the quiz to get your scores in, and then I'll reveal the answers. For this round, Sarah, there are 10 questions.
Okay, let's move on to the first one.
So we'll start you off with a really easy one. Literally say what you see. Here we go.
So here comes your first one. You've got 1 minute.
And this is an easy one to start you off with, we will admit.
Some of them get really, really bad on the pun side of things.
I did see the Weakest Link with the Doctor Who special, and John Barrowman singing the theme was fantastic.
Yes, he was brilliant at that.
Pitch perfect. Kelly Joan Tigert says, 16 and no cheating, so proud. Universal Wi-Fi says it's like catchphrase, but legally it is not. For copyright and legal reasons, this is not catchphrase.
We've made this up ourselves. This is you would never see this on any TV program. These images we've created ourselves.
K9 the Weakest Link was cute, says Lewis George. Indeed. Angela says, I'm terribly bad at this. I would say that if you got all of these correct, there is a problem.
You are true geeky.
Yeah, I think if you don't get all of these, you're a normal.
And with all this talk of the Weakest Link, I'm glad we took that out as one of the answers. We did have that as a potential one. Okay,
so I'll give you a few seconds because some people might be behind other people. So make sure you got your answer written down.
Yep.
So what do you see there? You see some roses and a person tiling a roof. So of course it is Rose Tyler. And Lewis George says, are there 10 of these?
Yes, there are.
For good or for bad? Yes, there are.
The rest of the rounds, there are 10 questions each.
Yeah. This will be probably the longest round. Alright, so that was Rose Tyler, a nice easy one to start you off with. Let's see what you think about this one. Do let us know how terrible they are as well.
Yes,
let Mark know how terrible they are because he prides himself on that.
I know on our normal quizzes when we do Dingbats, I normally get abuse for them being really horrendous puns.
Yeah, these are like the ultimate dad joke for every question.
Yeah, I'm good at doing the dad jokes.
Dave Smith says, already immediately better than catchphrase. Thank you very much, Dave Smith. We'll put that as a testimonial on our webpage, I think. What Universal Wi-Fi said, these are going to be so punny. Yes, indeed. George says that's almost insulting. Yep. Again, none of these should be overly taxing. Again, they're just there for a bit of fun. There's no reason that anyone should leave the quiz feeling like an idiot. That's the whole reason we do these quizzes. Is everyone should feel like they've had a good time and was challenged just enough.
Yeah, if you want serious quizzes, there are serious quizzes out there. Go and do those. We want to do quizzes that everyone feels part of, can enjoy together. it's about coming together. We call it our quiz actually family. So
They really are. Okay, so what do you think? What's on that? So explain that as you can.
well, we've got a tie, and there's lots of M's on it, and then it looks like a battle going on in the background. So of course it has to be Time War.
I had other ideas for that one, but I just thought that was the best one. It was amazing. Sophia, these are all worth 2 points each.
All questions are worth 2 points each in total.
Moving on, number 3. What do you think this one is?
I think we don't need to.
Tie M War, said Lewis George. Yeah. Instead of Mr. Chips, bring in Mr. Dalek. They'd be annoyingly short episodes, wouldn't it? They bring in the Dalek and he exterminates everybody. Lewis George says that one is clever.
Wait till you see what else I've got
And
lined
then,
up for
and
you.
then Xander replied, that's even worse. There are 2 types of people.
Oh, it gets worse, I promise you. Particularly number 10.
Oh my god, that one is good.
Kenny got this one. Great. You see us looking down, it's because we're actually looking at your comments rather than at the camera. We do like to be inclusive. If anyone's got birthdays, we do birthday shout-outs.
George says this made me feel dirty. Yes.
See, this is the sort of thing that I love. Helen has put, my son is smashing these. That's what we love. The fact that the younger Who fans are getting involved with this quiz, that is brilliant for us.
Sarah Rendell said, my birthday was yesterday. Well, happy birthday for yesterday, Sarah. I hope you had a good one.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, the birthday on a Saturday. There's no better time of the week for it. All right, so number 3.
Apart from in lockdown.
Yeah. Number 3, that is the long game. It's just a long game of chess. So it's about as logical and literal as you can get, that one. All right, moving on. Number 4.
Number 4. Let's see what you make of this one.
Joe says, what the heck, guys? Joe is a regular. She can insult us all she likes. Lewis George said, I had a birthday once. Really? I didn't.
I think that has to be the funniest comment so far tonight. I love that, Lewis.
Will you consider doing this even when quarantine ends? I'm in Kansas and really loving joining you. Also, I visited Hessel and travelled all over England and fell in love with the pubs. Jocelyn, we've got no plans not to stop doing these.
Yep. Essentially, what it comes down to is if it becomes financially okay for us.
Yeah.
As I said, this is a free quiz. If you want to tip us, we'll put all the details up later.
Yeah.
Just £1 or £2, $2 or $3 is superb for us.
Yeah, we do this full time as a regular job when we're not doing virtual quizzes. When the world's normal, we do pub quizzes as well.
Dadgies is on Monday.
Happy birthday for Tuesday, fellow Sagittarius.
Yes, and Lucy's loving these.
Xander says, can we have Dingbats for Series 2? Oh, you bet. You try and stop Mark.
There will be a dingbat for every single series, I promise
You
you.
try and stop Mark.
It's one of my fortes, I must admit.
All right, number 4.
Number 4, of course, has to be Are You My Mummy?
Kenny Folks says, I was 6 when this series came out, now 21, relying heavily on memory. Lewis George says, is this your full-time job? Yes, we've been quizmasters for 15 plus years now.
Yeah, when we do it in the pubs in Brighton and Hove and around surrounding areas, most of our pubs basically are fully booked every single day, and we have teams on reserve lists hoping that people will cancel.
Okay, number 5. Unfortunately, I get to do this question, but I think for Mark it's unfortunate because this might be the best one. It's also the worst one. So number 5...
I think 10's worse, actually.
I think this one's the worst one. So number 5, what do you think this is? We've got lots of people who grew up on this series of Doctor Who, which is fantastic. It really is good. I love hearing this.
Yeah. Though we've got all the younger guys and girls watching is great.
Joe says that's dreadful, boys. I don't know what you're referring to, but it could work for any question. Fran says, just did I've got a feeling for you guys. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Fran. Oh, someone said, haha, that's genius. I'm hoping you get this then, I think. If you're as twisted as Mark is and you got it that quick.
Yeah. My dingbats do get a bit twisted. I've actually restrained myself. There were several that we threw out because they were a bit too contorted for a first quiz that we've ever done.
Kelly said, needed to say you're the first people ever to pronounce my last name right.
That's nice.
This was my first season. Didn't watch it as it came out, but just as a special, says Sarah.
Right, 1 second left.
And when this came out, I was 15 when this series
I'm
came
not
out.
talking about my age. Let's move on with the answers.
All right, so
what have we got there? We've got lots of people saying, "Hey, Leon," and where are they? They are in London. Aliens of London.
Hey, Leons of London. I know. Believe me, guys. I know. Okay, let's move on.
Well, it's silent D. It's just pronounced Jed. Okay.
Jed, fair enough. Only just got it at the last second. So bad, says Sophie. Yes.
Right, move on.
Number 6.
Oh, I love the image you've created for this one.
What's this one?
Kenny's put G's that pun. They get worse, Kenny. They really get worse.
I'm just watching. No, I don't know how to write answers. Samira, the answers you just keep to yourself, but you can score yourself with our live score sheet, which we have pinned to the comments.
Joe's going to smack me because of some of these.
I think this is the only one that I designed myself because your idea was a little bit different, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the same point of view, but it works really, really well. You made it.
When this season came out, I wasn't born yet, says Poppy.
Oh, Poppy, you're making me feel really old.
Making me feel old.
I'm glad you're liking this, guys.
A few seconds left. You did redeem yourselves, says George. I'm so sorry.
And we're back.
The comments on the YouTube, it's just, if you weren't a Doctor Who fan, you'd have no idea what you people were talking about. I love it. Okay, so number 6, what do you see? It's a Jack in the Box, you've got Noah's Ark, and it's Loch Ness. It's Jack Harkness. Jack Harkness. I was 5 when the season came out, says Jamie. I was 13, says Tony. We're going to get everyone's age now, apart from people who reach a zenith and then...
People like me are not going to say.
Yeah.
Number 7. Oh, I'd like this one as well.
Here we go. Jed says, the music reminds me of a 70s game show. It's pretty much that. Yeah, I did it that way.
Oh, seriously, guys, we're absolutely loving your comments that you're putting up there.
Xander says, and lost the redeeming arc there. I'm so sorry, Xander.
I wanted to make it a bit harder, but Alex told me I couldn't.
Yeah, I thought this round was middling as it was, so we're in difficulty, so. Helen says that phrase, but we can't really say. Bronwyn Brown, street down. Jed says the question's answer is not too far away from me. You got 7 seconds left.
And it's from our point of view, we're now buzzing the fact that you guys are loving this. It wasn't unknown to us to do a completely pure one category quiz, but the fact you're loving it is brilliant. Thank you so much.
So there you go. It's quite an easy one, that one, I will admit. So that one is 10 downs in street. So it is 10 Downing Street.
10 down in street.
There we go. Darren Stevens says, I was old. That's all we need to know.
Right, let's see what you make of this one.
Number 8. Here we go.
Sophie's saying they just got got it at last second so bad. Love it.
Jocelyn says, can I ask a personal question? I wonder what part of England you are from. As an American, I just really love your accents.
Well, we will tell you a bit later on.
Lewis George says, this one is good. Kenny Folks got it in 5 seconds. Bronwyn has absolutely no clue. I just kept thinking Jack Boat Monster, says Marley. Oh dear. Xander says, kudos to my vice captain's girlfriend of this one.
Tony said excellent in capital letters. Right, 8 seconds left, guys.
Soul Reaper says, who is that? If you don't know, unfortunately, it will be a bit tricky. That's fair enough. Alright, so that is your one. This one's probably the most abstract because it isn't anything to actually do with the lore of the show. It's obviously the person who wrote the music. Who have you got there? You've got Andy Murray, and he's called Gold. So it is Murray Gold, the composer for Doctor Who.
The one thing we kept saying when we were watching, because obviously we've researched it. We watched all the episodes to come up with the questions. Is just how good Murray Gold's music was. Just watching it back fresh after so long, the times when he actually stops the music or he builds certain crescendos up is absolutely brilliant. He really did a massive job on the first series.
Carrie said, the way I racked my brain and screamed when I got this one.
Let's see what you make of this one.
Rose's theme is beautiful, says Lewis George. My favourite theme of his is probably Both of Us or Not at All and Madman in a Box.
Yeah, I don't really know the what's it themes.
The Two of Us are Not at All is the theme when where Rory and what's the ginger one called? I can't remember her name.
Karen Gillan.
Yeah, where they're falling off the building together,
Amy.
and it's the music. Amy, that's it. The music plays.
Oh, thank you, TJ. This is awesome. Thank you for bringing the joy and fun to everyone. That's what we try and do with quiz, actually. As I said, we're normally on Mondays and Fridays with a general knowledge quiz, but again, we do things like Dingbats and things like that.
Amy Pond, thank you, James. I had a complete brain fart there.
I love how everyone's now talking about music. This is what we love, is how it brings people together, and we're all talking about different things about Doctor Who and how we love it.
And Dave Smith, that one was a bit clever. Just a bit. Alright, so that one, if you've got any idea of geography in New York, it should be quite obvious to you. So that one is the island of Staten Island, and inside is a van. So it is Van Staten.
Who is the other baddie in the Dalek episode.
Yeah, the billionaire owner of the internet.
Okay, my favourite.
Number 10.
I think I went overboard with this one.
Samira says, Day of the Doctor she loves. I love Day of the Doctor as well. Right, here's number 10. Together or Not at All. From the Angels Take Manhattan. That's it, James. Thanks for reminding me. I knew it was something like Together or Not at All, or The Two of Us or Not at All.
Dragon Phoenix has said puntastic. I like that.
Lewis George says that Van Staten is worse than a Dalek. Maybe
Not anymore. He had his memory wiped. I just realised that if you haven't watched any of these episodes and you were planning to, we've just given every spoiler going.
You were saying what for this one, which was the reaction that we were expecting from a good group of you. We will admit.
We're expecting a lot of groans at the end of this.
Song of Captivity is good, yeah. I like that one.
Tony said, "Wow, this is niche." We try to do niche stuff. We try to make things that work for people.
And I think of all the groups of people who follow things, diehard fans are Doctor Who fans. So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got this if you hadn't mentioned it earlier, said Martin Ricks. That might be a clue.
Lucy seems to have got this one.
Right.
So has Helen.
Explain it as you will.
Explain it as I will. Okay. So what happens when you're awake? Think of that. And it's got a nest in it. Nest in consciousness. The nesting consciousness. I'm going to get a lot of abuse now, aren't I?
Indeed. I love all the comments about the music. Clara's theme being sad. It is, yeah. Rose's theme.
I actually like Clara's theme.
Rose's theme is quite sad. That sucked, but at least we got it the last second, says Xander. George Spencer, got it.
Oh, dear.
Wonderful stuff.
Michelle got 14 out of 20 on that round. Samira said, wow. Jed said, Holy Mother of God. I held back on the really ultra cryptic ones. Sometimes I do get a bit overboard on our general quizzes.
Long song, very good one. Sorry, Olivia. Yes, it was a very good one, long song. Brilliant you're coming up with these, says Kelly. It's all Mark. I did the designing, but Mark came up with all the ideas.
Alex did all the graphics for these. I came up with the ideas. I have got a warped mind. What can I say?
All right. So again, you can get a couple. We're going to give you a minute or so until we get into the next part of the
chance
quiz.
for a comfort break if you need one.
Yeah. I love the fact that in the comments of the score sheet, in what subject would you like to play, people just wrote Doctor Who, all of them, Doctor Who, any and all.
There will be Doctor Who, all of them. We will eventually hit Classic. We're going to start with the New Who to start with, but we will go back into Classic Who.
Yeah, they might be a bit more general because obviously some episodes aren't easily findable, so we can't do it that way.
We've got BritBox in the UK, but not that many people are on it.
But if you are a fan of Classic Who, we'll do a more general, broad Classic Who.
I love Jed's comment. Time to grab my gin and tonic. Love it, mate. Love it. I didn't get the first image, but thanks to my mum, I got the final one very quickly. Your mum is obviously on my wavelength.
Wonderful stuff. Let's have a quick look at that score sheet then. Let's have a pop down there. It's not easily seeable, I do understand, but we'll have a quick look. We've got fairly good scores on that one. As you said, if you don't get your score
you don't have to put your scores in either.
And if you don't want to get your score in yet, there's plenty of time at the end of the quiz, at least 10 minutes for you to get your scores in, and then I'll sort them in order and we'll see who our winners are.
Yeah, Poppy, it's so sad about... is it sad? Yeah.
Yeah.
So sad about it coming off Netflix. I have a feeling that they're going to put it onto BritBox, and that's why they're taking it off Netflix. Just to try and get people to subscribe to BritBox. They've got all the Classic Who's on there. Sorry, that for American guys, that is in the UK. I don't know if you have access to BritBox over in the US or not.
Okay. I doubt they would be, to be honest. It's on iPlayer, though. Is it? Really?
All right.
And classic Doctor Who is too cringy for me. Grungy or cringy? Either one works. Okay. The US do have BritBox, but not with channel 4 or 5. Ah.
Okay, that's weird.
It's weird. TV licensing is a very weird thing. Anyway, let's not talk about that. That's really boring. So, we're just going to advertise it as well. Again, we've said it before, but we'll be on the 20th of December. That'll be the next one. That'll be Series 2. That'll be the inaugural David Tennant series. Also, speaking of David Tennant, him and his wife Georgia are doing a one for charity. Is it on Tuesday?
It's on the 17th.
17th.
They're doing one on the 17th. Do say we sent you there.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it's all in aid for Marie Curie research, but from what I've gathered from it. So it should be fun watching them try it as well. So.
We're going to have to watch it just so we don't reuse any questions on the 20th.
Indeed. Okay.
Olivia, you've put where can we watch Classic Who? Are you in the UK?
Again, that's a bit loud. I do apologise. So this one is Doctor Who. Multiple choice.
So because these are potentially slightly trickier questions...
But not for Xander.
We're actually going to give you 4 potential answers for each one of them. So all you have to do is choose which answer you think is correct.
Stolen Earth, Journey's End, my favourite, says Darren. Slightly trickier, bring it on, says Xander. Yeah, this might...
It might not be trickier for you, Xander, to be honest.
Doctor Who
Wait till we get round 4 for you, mate.
We'll see. Okay, do you want to do odds or evens?
Let's see what we got. I'm going to do evens.
Okie dokie. Right, off we go. So what you're going to do is this is another one where you get 30 seconds to answer, as opposed to last round where you get a minute. The question will appear on the screen. You'll get 4 possible answers, A, B, C or D. You have 30 seconds to come up with what you think the correct answer is. And then after the 30 seconds is over, we will take away the wrong answers, leaving the one remaining correct answer.
So after the questions and the potential answers come up, you'll notice that there's a colour change in the box that goes round. And the little symbol behind the number, the question number, also spins. So once that's done, a full 360, that is the end of your 60 seconds.
Yes.
30 seconds, sorry.
So our first question is, at the start of the series, what is Rose's job? So again, a slightly easier one to start you off with. Is she a teacher, a nurse, an office temp, or a shop assistant? Your time starts now. We do have BritBox, says Jocelyn. I also watch Acorn TV. Not sure what that is. I wish we could see The Secret Lives of 5-Year-Olds and Gogglebox.
I'm assuming Acorn is Acorn Antiques. No.
I think it's probably a TV producer.
Alright.
Soul Reaper, these are still worth 2 points, yes. Unless we say otherwise, every question is worth 2 points, just to make it a nice even score for the end of the quiz.
Okay, finalise your answers with your team captains.
Let's take away the wrong answers.
And can we say, please do not put any answers in the chat.
Thank you very much. Okay. Let's take away the wrong ones. It's not an office temp, that was Donna. It's not a teacher, it's not a nurse, it is a shop assistant, of course.
Olivia, you are in the UK. You can see all the classics that are available on BritBox. It is a weird service. Sometimes it just disappears and you can't see all their episodes. But
Xander says, and she worked at Henrik's, which was blown up in Rose. Yes, we were going to have that as a choice, but we thought it was too difficult to remember the name Henrik's. But you remembered it, of course you did.
Question 2. Ooh, I like this one. In Aliens in London, what type of animal do we find fleeing the morgue?
Is it a pig, a horse, a cow, or a dog?
Shush, Jed, you might be saying things like that. You might preempt a future question. So, shh. You aren't actually, but you could potentially could do.
All right, let's take away the wrong answers. It was not a cow or a dog. It was a genetically modified pig in a spacesuit.
And it was a cute pig as well. Who would have thought pigs could be cute? Oh, you don't have to apologise, Jed. We're just saying it just so you don't preempt something for later on.
You never know. Anyway, moving on. Number 3. Ooh, let's have a look. Number 3. What is the name of the empty child's actual mummy? Is it Rebecca, Nancy, Lizzie, or Matilda?
Bronwen, I know you're saying it after the streaming side of it, so please do not put any answers into the chat. Thank you.
Lucy Davis, we were muted because we were having a behind-the-scenes discussion. All right, it's actually time. YouTube broken, says Martin Ricks. I will double check, but we should be okay. Let's have a quick check.
We do find that individual people get problems with it.
Working again. Oh, there you go then. After all that, thank you very much for making sure, though. Thank you very much. Sometimes it does cut off YouTube, I don't know why. The big question, the first appearance of... Yes. Right, so let's take the wrong answers. It's not Matilda. It is not Rebecca. It is Nancy. 3 Torchwood characters made an appearance in Series 1.
Yes. But don't say things like that. We might do a Torchwood one.
Bronwyn Brown, no need to apologise. It's just to remind you, that's all. That's
yeah,
fine.
not at all. We're not heavy on any kind of that sort of stuff. This is a happy quiz.
First 3 answers spelled dab, says Dragon Phoenix.
Question number 4.
Acorn TV is another service.
Right. What is the name of the estate where Rose lives?
Ooh.
Is it the Calder Estate, the Powell Estate, the Newman Estate, or the Victoria Estate? Lucy wants us to do a Torchwood one.
Oh, a Torchwood one could be good. I haven't watched Torchwood in a while. I love watching TV as research. It's fantastic.
That's some head on your Guinness there.
It's out of a bottle. It never seems to work the right way.
No worries, Bronwyn. None at all.
The thing about our quizzes is, when we first started doing this, we expected there would be people who would troll us or do rude things in the chat, and we've never had a problem before.
Well, we've had a couple, and then literally everyone else in the chat piles onto them, and they disappear very, very quickly.
If we keep putting answers in the chat or slipping up, Mark will use the Master's laser screwdriver on us.
It'd be Alex's, because Alex has got all the geeky stuff.
I do have some sonic screwdrivers over there, but anyway, thanks for making this round easier than the previous round, says Lucy. Let's take away the wrong answers.
It was, of course, the Powell Estate.
Which was named after one of the writer's mothers.
Yeah?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure Xander would tell me if I'm wrong on that one.
It's great having a resident geek.
Yeah, we've got
It really is. I hope you don't feel offended by the word geek, but it is.
I'm sure he wouldn't do. Oh, a Sherlock quiz, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, question number 5, Alex.
My Echo Dot heard a question you asked and answered. I guess she felt left out. Number 5. When the Slitheen transform, what is the colour of the light that emanates from their forehead? Is it pink, yellow, blue, or red? Jed says, fun fact, I watched them film on the Powell Estate in the beginning as it's close to me.
Oh. Jocelyn was saying that even the word beginning with A, that basically is your little smart speaker. On the regular quizzes, I do tend to tell that person to do things for fun.
Caroline Brookins says, don't encourage Mark. Indeed. The noise they used for that one was the same for the adipose mothership. Oh.
All right, that's good.
Tender says, I don't know every fact, but I know about 80 or 90. Did I know more a fact other than... Wow.
Sadly, we've got to find something you don't know. That'd be great.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's take the wrong answers. The light that comes from a Slitheen's forehead is not pink. It is not... It is blue. It is blue. So I'm going to quickly change something as my colour is draining out of my PC. There we go. Back to normal.
Okay. So, this is the next question. Question number 6. In the season's finale, what kind of wave is the Doctor building to destroy the Daleks? Is it an alpha wave, a beta wave, a gamma wave, or a delta wave?
The light was also dimmed in Boomtown, didn't cover the whole toilet in blue. And Bromman wants a Downton Abbey quiz.
That could be fun.
I've never watched Downton Abbey.
Neither have I.
I'd have to do a lot of research.
But it could be fun. It's meant to be good. Can I do a Once Upon a Time quiz?
Those of you who aren't familiar with our quizzes, Mark is currently obsessed with the TV series Once Upon a Time, and we'll make sure he mentions it at least twice a quiz.
It's great. Robert Carlyle is absolutely bonkersly wonderful as Rumpelstiltskin.
Savannah says a sad wave. All right, let's take away. Oh, someone says they want a new act quiz.
Oh, a Gavin and Stacey quiz. I reckon that would work.
Let's take away the wrong answers. It's not an alpha wave or a beta wave. It is a delta wave. And if you use a gamma wave, then everyone would turn green.
And delta wave is actually the wave your brain has when you're in REM sleep.
Right. Victoria Fowler says she's a fellow wancer. You need to join a club or something, do you? Get together. All right, moving on. Number 7.
I like you, Victoria. You're on my league. Okay, number 7. Let me get to the question.
Number 7. World War III question. What password does the Doctor give Mickey so he can hack into UNIT and the Royal Navy?
Oh, this could test Xander.
Is it Buffalo, Coyote, Bison, or Mammoth? Lucy says, this Once Upon a Time in initials. Yeah, for the uninitiated. Just in case you weren't aware.
If we can scroll for a sec, because I've missed that one. Come up one of the classic lines from the first series. Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world? It is such a good comment.
Think of it, Bromman Brown. I love the thick of it.
I've never seen that.
It is very good. Marvel reference from Dragon, yes, it was. Well caught. Okay, so that we're trying to.
This is getting hilarious now. It's getting a bit bonkers.
We're trying to merge universes. Let's take away the wrong answers. It was not mammoth. It was not bison. It was buffalo. Buffalo for number 7.
Right, now one to test your memories. What was the name of the room where the Dalek is kept in the Dalek episode?
Someone wants a supernatural quiz. Heck yes, Lucy. Heck yes.
I've not seen any of that either.
I could do that. And it's just ended after 15 years. There's a lot of research. Okay.
Is it the cave, the cage, the bunker, or the cell?
Jed says, having thought of it, I think you already at Sarah Jane Adventures quiz. Mark would love that. He loves that series.
Yeah, it's getting access to it for people. Can you do a thick of it? We're definitely... Buffy the Vampire Slayer is definitely on the cards. Mr. Superfan here.
Yeah, I've been for 20 years now. So
Yeah, Buffy is one of the definites that we've got planned.
don't forget the pies, says James. Yeah, and a pig and a poke. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
I think we're a bit over time there. Right.
Sarah, please behave.
TVD quiz. Do you mean TWD as in The Walking Dead? Stranger Things would be a good one.
Yeah.
So many good ideas. Let's take the wrong answers.
Yeah, we're running slightly behind, so we need to speed up a little bit. Let's have a look which one it is. It is, of course, The Cage.
The Cage. All right, moving on.
Question number 9. Let's get on.
Xander named after Xander Harris. Nicholas Brendan. Right, number 9. Number 9. What everyday object does the Nestian consciousness use to capture Mickey? Or Nicky? Or Ricky? Is it a wheelie bin? A shop mannequin? A car? Or a sofa? Bronwyn's Suicide Squad. Oh, the Vampire Diaries, Samira. I'm sorry. Mickey the Idiot, says Lewis George. You were held for review on YouTube. I'm sorry, Lewis.
They hold back the word idiot. That's weird, isn't it?
American English translation. A wheelie bin is like a trash can with wheels. A shop mannequin is a dummy. A car is a car, and a sofa is a couch. I don't know. Darren Stevens says, "What? How about Once Upon a Time quiz?" No.
I'd love to do that, but he says no.
I wouldn't be able to track back.
I get grief as it is for
Right.
mentioning it on our regular quizzes.
Wrong answers taken away. It's not a car. It's not a mannequin. It is a wheelie bin.
Wheelie?
Wheelie. It really is. Okay, and finally, question number 10.
Okay, now this is going to test your memory banks. Speaking as the hologram in the TARDIS, what does the Doctor ask Rose to do?
Thank you, Tony. That's really kind.
Is it to forget him? To have a good life? To be kind to people? Or to smile? So when he sends Rose back, and we have the hologram version of the Doctor, what does he ask Rose to do?
God, this made me cry, said Universal Wi-Fi. Dragon Phoenix said, imagine the TARDIS landing in Stark Tower. Tony would be all over it. Oh, be still my heart. That would be amazing.
That would be fun. That'd be a fun little side thing, wouldn't it?
Jamie says, it's Ricky. Technically, the TARDIS and Doctor Who have actually interacted with Star Trek. In the comics, he landed the Star Trek on he landed the TARDIS on the Enterprise. It's always to remember the bacon, says Sarah. Darren Stevens, the Spider-Man quiz. That'd be lovely. All right, let's take away the wrong answers.
Another Spider-Man geek. It is not to smile. It's not to be kind. He wanted to
have a good life.
Have a good life.
Yeah. All right, so those were all worth 2 points each. Have a good life. Do that for me, Rose. Have a fantastic life, said Xander. Indeed. And Dragon Phoenix says, this is why fan fiction exists, but you should only go so deep with that stuff. Okay, that was your 10. We'll give you a minute or so, a couple of minutes or
Let us
so.
know how you did with that round. How many points did you get?
I like it when the Ninth Doctor says to Charles Dickens to shut up. Smallville quiz. Oh, James, I'd love that.
You're all talking the things that he's really into.
Yeah, I'd love a Smallville quiz. Anyone watch The Crisis on Infinite Earths? Oh my giddy aunt. That was amazing.
And speaking of Smallville, an actor who appeared in another programme, which we are both fanatics for, and that is Lucifer. We are great Lucifer followers.
Wonderful stuff. Got some great points there. Star Trek crew seeing a flying box in the middle of space. They were surprisingly calm about it. Yeah. Think it ready?
Marley, absolutely not. There's no chance of me not mentioning it.
Don't hug me, I'm scared quiz. John Coltrane quiz. Lucifer is Brilliant, Section B lands in February. Does it? That's fantastic.
Right. We're massive Lucifer fans, which has a link back to Doctor Who.
Yeah, he was tipped his hat to be the Doctor before.
I wouldn't be surprised if he still doesn't.
My favourite Charles Dickens quote from The Unquiet Dead is, "What phantasmagoria is this?"
Yes, it's a bit naughty, isn't it?
Criminal Minds quiz. Good grief. Detective. Okay.
Seriously, guys, I'm loving the friendship that we're feeling from you guys. You're reacting to us so wonderfully. It's brilliant to just watch your comments just flying up on the screen. Thank you so much.
Thoughts on Luther? It's a great series, but I don't know if it's accessible enough for a lot of people. We'd have to see. If the interest is there, we'd do it.
65 for Ellen so far.
So, as you can see on the screen there, we are advertising our next Doctor Who themed quiz. That's going to be on Sunday, the 20th of December. So, yes, Xander, thank you very much for pulling that in there. It is the season 2 from 2006. It is the first outing of David Tennant, and we will be doing that one on the 20th of December.
Sarah, yes, we're going to be doing a Friends quiz. Yes, Lucy, we're going to be doing a Harry Potter's quiz. We're not sure whether we're going to include the books or just do the films. We're going to have to see on that one, but we were definitely going to do Harry Potter.
I think the potential for us to say a question wrong for the books would be a lot harder than it would be for
I'd have a read. And Kelly, yes, we're doing Friends.
Fantastic. Yeah, so again, just to advertise it, just so you remember, it's in 2 weeks' time on the 20th of December, Sunday, same time as we did tonight, and it'll be all about season 2.
Jordan, which is on Amazon Prime, please? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Luther, probably. Stan Lee wanted Doctor Who and Marvel to do a crossover. That would have been fantastic, wouldn't it? That would have been so good.
Game of Thrones is a strong possibility.
Shame they never finished the series.
You hated the last series, didn't you?
Anyway, we are moving on a little bit. Oh, fantastic, Kelly says she's setting alarms. Wonderful stuff, thank you.
I usually do that by mentioning the word Alexa, but I shan't tonight.
Victoria Fowler says, homemade peanut butter brownies and wine. Victoria, I would like you to share those, please.
Okay, there are a couple of tricky ones in this round.
Yeah. Super Wholock fans, raise his hand. Okay, so again, this is general knowledge, all about Series 1.
Yeah, we normally call it general knowledge our last round, but obviously we called it universal knowledge. If I can say that properly.
Yeah. Also, before we do start, this picture behind us was sent to us by Bethany Pierce, aka Time Lord Girl 98 on Instagram. We couldn't think of anything good for our background, so we asked for some fan art, and she happily obliged.
So if you know people who do Doctor Who fan art, please get them in touch with us, because we'd love to include it into the next quiz that we do.
Yeah, you can either get in touch with us through our Facebook, facebook.com/quiz actually, or you can send us an email direct to submissions@quizactually.co.uk. So if you do want to send us some fan art, we'd be happy to put it on. Any fan art to do with Doctor Who, it doesn't have to be the series that we're watching, any fan art would be fantastic.
But obviously Series 2 would get preference.
Yes, it would.
And also, younger people who are watching Doctor Who, do not think that we wouldn't be including your stuff in.
The younger the better, in fact. Our biggest fans are usually the youngest ones when it comes to Doctor Who. Good Omens quiz, we haven't watched that yet.
We've watched one episode, haven't we?
Yeah, right. I'll do evens.
What are you doing?
I'll do evens.
Okay. So, question number 1. What is the Doctor's excuse for having a northern accent?
Oh, for the lady who thought our accents were really relaxing. Myself and Mark, we do live on the south coast of England and have done for
a long time,
but we're both from northern England.
So we both have what you're hearing is actually
a softened northern accent with a hint of southern in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our accent. Andrea Sangster once again asking for a round on legs or hot dogs. Can't get away from you, can we, Andrea? All right, moving on. Number 2.
Question number 2.
Number 2. In The Long Game, who played the editor? Point for first name, point for surname. So in The Long Game, who played the editor? Soul Reaper says with a hint. To southerners we sound really northern. To northerners we sound really southern.
Oh, thank you, Helen.
So you never know. Northern accent is the best.
The Crown is a possibility.
I haven't watched that. My girlfriend's just started watching it though, and she loves it.
Yeah, there's a lot of historical inaccuracies in it, but it's entertaining. Question 3. So we're going to give you a bit of dialogue from the very start, pretty much the start of the first episode, and then we want you to finish off what he said. So if you want to take the first one.
I'm the Doctor. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose.
And what does the Doctor say immediately afterwards?
Are you from the actual north or like Manchester?
Well, we're actually North Manchester. So how does that count?
As close to actual north as you can get. Well, that being said, we live on the south coast, so...
Well, Poppy's also in Brighton.
Oh, lovely.
Poppy, yes, we are. Well, we're in Hove, actually, which is where Quiz actually comes from. For people not used to it, anyone says, are you in Brighton? And we live in the city of Brighton and Hove. And the catchphrase is, no, Hove, actually, which is why we created Quiz, actually.
Mm. Yeah, so as I was saying, and if you live on the south coast, anywhere north of here is the north. Which is one of my favourite Phil Jupiter's jokes. He said, I only moved to Scotland so I could call northerners southerners.
Yeah, Bronwyn, I love Chester. I've been a few times.
Number 4. In which episode was psychic paper introduced? So think about the first time you see the Doctor using it. What did he use it for?
Yeah, we're not bothered. You can give us the episode number, you can give us the title, or you can work it out in your head. That was what that story was about. As long as you identify the individual episode, we're not being too petty about which episode, what you're actually referring to it as.
Bronwyn Brown, it says, I'm from Chester, but I am actually Welsh. Ooh.
Best of both worlds.
Victoria Fowler says she loves Bury Market. Yeah, I went to Bury College.
I was often in Bury Market.
Flogging your veg.
This is a kids' programme.
I didn't mean like that.
Question number 5. What is the first name of Rosie's father?
Deborah was born in Bolton, but now in Cornwall. Mm.
I like Bolton as well. Used to have a good market. Louis says, I'm a Londoner, our accents are dull.
Everyone's accent's dull if you're from there.
Weirdly, up until about 250 years ago, northern accents were actually prevalent across the whole of the UK. Or, not UK, across the whole of England. And the southern accent came in the last 250 years.
All of Shakespeare's plays should be read in a northern accent.
Yeah.
Moving on. Missing the Christmas markets this year. I love the Manchester Christmas market.
Yeah.
Number 6. In episode 12, which reality TV programme does the Doctor become a part of? Scottish, Welsh and Irish clan ancestry. Ooh. I did a DNA, not a DNA test, but an ancestry look back, and my family haven't moved very far away from where I was born. For about 200 years, we're all from a very small area. I thought it'd be really fun. I'd find some sort of Viking reference, or German or Irish. Nah. Apart from my granddad's side, we're all from about a 10-mile radius of where I was born. It's really boring.
Question number 7.
It was ancestry, but it wasn't a DNA. It was just I went back and looked.
Okay, I like this one. Matt Smith had Geronimo. David Tennant had Alonzi. But what F did Christopher Eccleston's Doctor often repeat?
Are you okay?
No, I'm not sure.
Midlands accent, surely, says Joe.
I love Midlands accents. Certainly Black Country.
I'm from Stoke, we have oatcakes. It's a culinary adventure, Lucy Davis. Roman Brown says, my boyfriend doesn't know a thing about Doctor Who. Can't get the stuff. I was born in Halifax, UK, and I've moved all over Britain, says Soul Reaper. Ooh.
That's good. Moving about, it's great.
Broadens the mind. Or is that travel? Yeah, it's travel, isn't it? Moving on, question number 8. Number 8, what important item does the Doctor give to Rose to reassure her that he's not going to just up and leave? So
which episode was this from?
This was from episode 3, I think.
Yes.
Aliens in London. Sorry, not episode 4, Aliens in London. Do any of you have any Doctor Who figures? I used to get them at Christmas. I have that one.
Who else have we got bobblehead up here?
If don't start a domino effect, please, and knock all my bobbleheads down.
All right, I better not touch any more. But who have you got on the bobbleheads?
Oh, I've got David Tennant, I've got Peter Capaldi, I've got Tom Baker, I've got Troughton somewhere. I've got every Marvel character you can think of. All sorts. Johnson Rose says, I would really love to not sound like an American. No, I don't say that.
No. American accents are really good to the British.
Here's one for you. I call it a batch. What does everyone else call it wrongly, says Tony George.
I know what you mean, but we'll leave that. Question 9. Is it me or you?
Yes, it's you.
Question 9. Who is Bad Wolf?
Dragon's got Davros. Oh, I love a Davros pop funk. Several from Series 3 and a Pop Dalek. Ooh. I have every modern Who figure and half classic, mostly loose, says George.
I love how we're all going off on tangents and talking about different things
John
all the
Paul-
way through this quiz.
John Paul McCron's got hundreds of Doctor Who figures. Wow. It's a cob, says Dawn.
Rhiannon's has said, I'm an adult, but I collect figures. I've got a big collection.
Yeah, when you're an adult, they're not toys, they're figures.
Yeah,
And
but
finally-
that's what you keep telling me.
Number 10. What place name does the newly regenerated David Tennant mention?
It had to be the last question of this quiz, didn't it?
So what place name does the newly regenerated David Tennant Doctor mention? I don't call it a bomb, I call it a muffin. Do a Funko Pop quiz. Oof.
Xander, we don't do tie breaks because we're never sure of the scores going in, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, you could say you got 4 marks in the magic. It wouldn't. Lucky bugger, says Xander. That is a good, yeah, I like that. I would like a Jack Harkness sound by John Barrowman. Place name, Savannah, yes. It's a name that you would have heard of.
Haruki said, that moment, eh? Yeah. Obviously, that was going to be the last question of this quiz.
Xander says, mind you, I've got Sophia Miles following on Twitter. Well, get a load of you.
Guys, I know I keep saying it, but the love that you're sending us is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah.
If you do like what we're doing, if you do want to help us out, we literally are living off donations at the moment. If you can help us out, it doesn't have to be a great deal of money. You just put paypal.me/quiz actually. You do not have to be joined to PayPal. You can just do it as a guest. And it just makes such a difference to us. Because we can't go back into our pubs yet in Britain. We can't do what we love to do for a living in the pubs. That said, we will keep doing the virtual ones.
Right. Okay, I'm going to put our screen up there. I'm going to pop out for just a second, guys, because I need to go for a quick toilet break. And I'm also going to see if I can find any of my Doctor Who props. We'll see you in a second. And we're back. What tier are we? We're in tier 2. Yes, I've got lots of them all buried around the office, but the ones I've got to hand, I do have David Tennant's. Matt Smith's one. No, that's David Tennant's one. And then that one pops up. I'm sure a lot of you have got these props as well. I also have this one, which is a really good one, which is the same thing. And even I have a sonic screwdriver Spock, just in case. Don says, I hope you wash your hands. I did. They are still a little bit wet, in fact. Jocelyn, I can't give today as I haven't been able to work for quite a while, but I really like to support you. Maybe I can just give... I can give a just because donation. Jocelyn, honestly, if you're in the same boat as us and you're finding it hard to get money anywhere, we don't want you to spend money that you would need yourself. If you could just like our Facebook, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter and Twitch, those sort of things, they also make a really big difference. It doesn't have to be a monetary ad that you do. It could be something as simple as just sharing or commenting on our Facebooks and YouTubes. They also make a really big difference. So please don't put yourself out money-wise. We want to make sure that you think of your family and yourselves first. And if you do feel that our quiz is worth a couple of quid, then do send it over to us. Sandra's got a sonic screwdriver remote. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Thank you very much, Sophia, on Twitch. That's really kind of you. Please say hi to Amber Rose. Well, hi, Amber Rose. Hello.
I saw you playing around with your... Well, I heard you playing around with your sonic screwdrivers. What you didn't do is all your TARDISes. You've got... Well, we might do that on the next quiz.
Yes.
It's even got one that... Does it still make the noise?
Yeah, they all do, yeah.
Yeah, so next quiz we'll show you the TARDISes he's got.
Ollie says, this has been a lot of fun. I nearly wasn't going to do this, but I thought while I'm in hospital, I would join on my break to break up my day, and I'm glad I have. Thank you so much, Ollie. I've been playing the quiz with my mum, who surprised me on her knowledge at moments. Yeah, some things do stay with you. It's weird, isn't it?
Have you mentioned that?
Marley Pierce, it says I need to sign up. Currently, that's the only way we can do it at the moment.
You should be able to go on as guest. You shouldn't have to sign up.
If you do find it too troublesome to get on there, then sharing our Facebook, liking us on Facebook, following us on YouTube, they also really help us.
We're also going to be tomorrow putting it up on all the Doctor Who Facebook pages, saying that this is a recap of the quiz if you want, because we do keep them live. This is a recap of the quiz if you want to join. If all of you would actually then add comments saying that you really enjoyed it, that would bring more people into us, and that would be more than appreciated.
Yeah, what he said, absolutely. Okay, guys. So it is now time for your answers. These are all worth 2 points each.
I'm going to be interested on how many points people got on this one. Keep cutting your head into by leaning over. There we go. Who Universal Knowledge, the answers.
Oh, thank you very much, Kelly. That's really kind of you. A quiz suggesting NCIS. Isn't there about 35 series of NCIS? Which one do you mean? Okay. Here we go then. So, shall I do your answers this time?
Yeah, you can go.
So, what is the Doctor's excuse for having a northern accent? Well, lots of planets have a north. Lots of planets have a north.
Number 2. Oh, I see why you switched over. Because I kept basically putting it wrong. It is, of course, the wonderful Simon Pegg, who I kept putting into the database as Simon Peng for some strange reason.
Number 3. I'm the Doctor. What's your name? Rose. Nice to meet you, Rose. Now run for your life.
Run for your life.
A lot of people are just on YouTube now. I haven't bothered about what we're saying. They just want to talk about what swag they got for remotes and things.
Oh, Jocelyn, I have a TARDIS pillow. I am envious.
Thank you very much for the unicorns. That's very kind of you.
This is a tricky one. In which episode was psychic paper introduced? When did he first need to use psychic paper? When did he say, I'm the Doctor and this is my +1? It was in episode 2, The End of the World, when they gate crashed the party.
Amazing. These comments are so nice, guys. Thanks so much for doing this, and also for people saying they would come back. It's amazing. If you want to play on our normal quizzes, don't forget we're on Mondays and Fridays every week, same time, 7:45, or the same time that you joined tonight.
Yeah.
The first name of Rose's father, he was Pete.
Number 6. The reality TV programme that the Doctor becomes part of is, of course, Big Brother. Jeddah said, I give you the air from my lungs. That was going to be a question. We took it out. It was one of those that didn't quite make it.
Peter Allen Tyler was the full name, Lewis. Thank you very much. Number 7. Matt Smith had Geronimo. David Tennant had Alonzi. And Christopher Eccleston always said, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Fantastic for number 7. Continues to breathe on them. Yeah. Air from my lungs. Can't do that in COVID now.
Right, the tricky one. What important item does Doctor give Rose to reassure her he's not going to leave? It is the TARDIS key.
Chris says fantastic 13 times in the series, says Xander. There's no way you know that. You must be making that up. You must be making that up.
I love it. You're being out-geeked. I love it when he gets out-geeked.
I like that. And Xander said, and he leaves anyway. Yeah, he does. Number 9. Who is the bad wolf? The bad wolf is Rose Tyler.
We had a heated debate about this earlier.
I didn't know that she said, I am the...
Yeah, he said, no, she just separates the words. I said, no, she says she is. He didn't believe me, so we looked it up again.
Indeed.
And finally, the place name that David Tennant goes, oh, Barcelona.
New teeth. That's weird. I'm the bad wolf, I create myself, said Xander. Of course. Absolutely fantastic, said Jocelyn Rose.
Xander, I'm loving your knowledge. It's wonderful.
Indeed. We can't ever say we're die-hard fans when we've got Xander to compete with. Good grief. The planet, not the city.
Lewis has gone one further. I take the words, I scatter them in time and space. A message to lead myself here.
Full marks, Kenny folks. Well done.
Woo!
Yes. Okay, I'm going to pop us back to there then. Okay, so as I said, there's no rush. Actually, no, before we do that, just to let you know again, we're on the Sunday the 20th of December. There is no rush to get your scores on the sheet. If you don't put them in the next 5 or 6 minutes, the score sheet will remain up. So even if we don't announce who's the winner properly, it doesn't matter. We will get your scores up there eventually. So no rush on the scores. With that being said, once you have put all of your scores in, can you make sure that you do fully leave the app or the web page that you're on? That means that other people can get their score in as well. So as best you can, as soon as you put your score in fully, you can make sure that you do leave the app, leave the website fully if you can, please. I will reveal the scores on the screen as well, so you don't have to stay in there.
I'm loving how many people are obviously so affectionate about that David Tennant speech at the end. You know, that James has come up with not the city, the planet, and all this sort of stuff that you're all talking about. It's just great. All the comments we're getting, we're just loving it, guys. We really are.
Xander says, Alex and Matt, watch this. This is the extent of my Doctor Who knowledge. Oh, never mind, the link won't work. Oh, no. If you want to send us a private message on our Facebook, and we'll have a look at it.
Yep.
Facebook.com/quiz, actually.
As we say, we've got this quiz now in 2 weeks' time. The more you can do to help us spread the word, as I say, we're going to go on all the usual Doctor Who pages, putting it up as a recap. If as many of you as possible can say that you've really enjoyed it and that people should watch it, that would be great for us for the next one.
Oh, Jocelyn had a Dalek pinata she had made for the Day of the Doctor party. That's amazing. Thank you so much, says John Paul. Huge thanks for a lovely evening. You're very welcome. Me and my wife and my 10-year-old son are all huge fans and loved it. That's so nice to hear, John, and our 10-year-old fan as well. Thank you so much.
Well, that's the point. We want your 10-year-old son to be able to answer some of these questions and feel good. We find that with Quiz, actually, it has become a family with all our online people, no matter where they are in the world.
We've got a couple of full markers on Twitch. The team only one Jelly Baby got 44. If you're on your own, that's not a bad score at all.
Bronwen as a tra-distress. I am impressed.
I like that. Jed said, it literally made me realise I wasn't straight after that scene. When David was possessed by Cassandra. Non-League Away Days on YouTube says, great quiz, see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much, Non-League Away Days.
Thank you.
Again, if you do want to fancy a quiz in the meantime, we are here Mondays and Fridays every week, as well as our specials every other Sunday.
PayPal is there on the screen, so thank you very much to those of you who've donated.
Tony George will be back for Series 2. Thank you so much, Tony. Again, if you do want to share it with any of your other Doctor Who fans and friends that you are on Facebook, that'd be great. Lisa Mooney, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow, possibly.
Bronwell talking about her TARDIS dress. She's put, that means I'm bigger on the inside. I love that comment. That's wonderful.
Lewis George says, Cassandra David was sexy, to be fair. You're not wrong. Oh, thank you so much, Jed. That's a really kind comment. Thanks very much. It's made my evening. It's very wholesome. I'm definitely a massive fan. We'll be joining more often. That's so nice. Thanks so much for joining. And your comments have been really fun. Roy from Kerno, checking in. Thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
I love Kelly's comment. My 7-year-old daughter got some right and some right that I missed, and she loved it. Great for you. What's your daughter's name, Kelly?
Let us know. Let us know who our champion is.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a quick look. There we go with the scores.
We love it when the kids do better than the parents.
Indeed. 5 minutes and we'll get those scores in order. Again, if you've missed the scores yet, you don't have to put them in too quickly. We will keep the score sheet up for you.
Oh, thank you, Lewis. That's a lovely comment to say. I had been waiting for this all week. I will drive down to Brighton when you are back in the pubs and see you in person. On New Year's Eve, restrictions permitting, we are going to be returning with a live quiz at the Railway Quiz in Portslade Hove, which is our biggest venue.
We'll let you know about that on Facebook. We won't want to fill it too much on that one.
Yeah, but we're back on New Year's Eve live.
When it's safe again, when we get to the UK from Canada, we'll visit one of your pub quizzes. This was so brilliant, says Kelly. Thanks so much. Lucy says, the first time, and she'll definitely be back. Thank you very much. Ollie, you're going to try and be back for Series 2. Someone was playing, got every question right, but not officially playing since I've been at work. Naughty, naughty, no mentioning your name.
Oh, Leanna said, me and my 16-year-old love this. Cheers, lads. The fact that the younger element of the Doctor Who fandom are actually loving this quiz means so much to us.
And her daughter's name is Mac. What a lovely name.
Oh, wonderful. Well done, Mac.
Also, my children did very well, but it's time for Lucy to go to bed. Go to bed, Lucy.
Lucy, you've been told now, I'm afraid.
On my wall, I have a big wallpaper of the TARDIS, says Bronwyn. I had a big TARDIS explosion, but it fell off. Thank you, Jocelyn.
Sorry?
All the backgrounds that we had. Thanks so much for that. That's really kind of you. They really keep it handy. It helps to have a bit of a difference in the background.
Mm.
So about 3 minutes to get your scores in, if you haven't already, and we'll reveal who our winners were. The score sheet, we're opening the app, so I'll leave it this time, says Jed. If you do want to come back later on, if it's in a week's time, you can still put your score in. I will actively update the score sheet as it goes. So no rush on that one. The points don't really matter. It's like whose line is it anyway. It's just for a bit of fun.
Again, I don't. The weird thing with Twitch is you all have weird names on there. So Soul Reaper 365. Thank you. That was so fun. We'll see you either tomorrow or on the 20th. Yeah, we are back tomorrow on our regular quiz. Again, that's going to be a lot of fun. We haven't actually sorted that out yet, so that's going to be. I think we could have put a really fun round in there, just for you guys who follow on.
Couldn't put my score in. I can't do it. I got 52. Played by myself, says Samira. That's a good score for someone on the run.
That is a really good score.
Yeah, as I said before, I'll say it one last time for you. The score sheet I will keep up. You can edit it. I will leave it up for a week. So if you haven't put your score in now and you want to put it in there for posterity, you're more than welcome to. I will make sure it stays in there for you.
And as I said, we've loved your comments and you've made us incredibly happy.
Yeah. What is the quiz about? And what is the quiz on tomorrow? Says Helen and Sarah.
The quiz tomorrow would be mixed rounds on different subjects.
Yeah, it's a general quiz, but every time we have 3 subjects, and the 4th one's generally a general knowledge. We have pictures, we have cryptics, we have the Dingbats that you saw on this one. We have all sorts of things, and we change them every single time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a quiz for fun people, not want to be Einsteins. That's our mantra for the last 15 years, and we'll always stay that way. I have a picture signed by the 9th Doctor, says Bronwyn.
Wow.
Ooh. For Christmas, I think I might treat myself to a Captain Jack Harkness coat. I've wanted one for over a decade, and I reckon you'd rock it. I couldn't rock one of those coats because I'm 5 foot nothing.
Oh, thank you, Marley.
Thank you, Marley.
That's lovely.
Okay, I think it's been long enough. Let's get your scores in order. Let's see how we've done.
Should we scroll down first to the bottoms scene first, then we scroll upwards?
Yeah. Ooh, we've got a new team called New Teeth. I like that. Good source of potassium.
I do like that team name, New Teeth.
And let's have a quick look. Data sort. All right. Again, if you haven't got your score in yet, you can do it later on.
So, again, it doesn't matter how many points you got as long as you enjoyed yourself. That's what matters to us.
I love a David Tennant outfit, but I'm unfortunately too small and too fat to fit in a David Tennant suit.
Yeah, lockdown hasn't been good to our waistlines.
I have an old pound note signed by Tom Baker, says Victoria Fowler.
Wow.
I bet that was the easiest way to get an autograph, isn't it? Just sign a pound note. If you're not getting paper, because they're about that big, really. All right, let's keep going up. Oh, we've got lots of husbands of people on this one. I like it. Wow, look at all that.
Got lots of people with 86.
86.5 for Jed. Oh, very close. Scored 70 for flying solo, says Angela. And Erin says he can't wait for the next quiz. Had lots of fun. Thank you so much, Erin.
Yeah.
That's really nice of you.
What we want to do is build this up. So if you can get people to come along, as I say, help us with bringing new people into the quiz, that would be great. If you can help us out on PayPal, that would be... We literally have no other money coming in other than donations we get from doing our quizzes.
But again, this is no pressure. We're not saying you need to pay us to enjoy the quiz. It's completely optional.
Yeah, if you're in the same boat as us, if you've got no money coming in or you're on very low income, we don't want your money. Look after you and look after your families first. That is important.
But again, if you do want to, if you think it's worth a couple of pounds or a few dollars from what you've done, then you feel free to please send it to paypal.me/quiz actually.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. That's a lovely comment.
Anyone said you maybe look a bit like Jim Carson?
I don't know who Jim Carson is.
I'll have a quick look who Jim Carson is. I have no idea. I can't see anyone called Jim Carson.
Where's Jim Carson from, please? This is going to be interesting.
Okay, so let's look at the scores. With 86 points, we've got full markers. We have Tommy +2, the One Unicorn +1 and the Master, Linda United, My Bowtie and Fez are Cool, Kenny Fox, Rose Tyler's husband, Lewis, Midnight is Underrated, Ooh, Dark...
That's a great name.
Dumber Archangel, Jedi Time Lords, love that. Leave the Girl, It's the Man I Want, Good Source of Potassium, with full marks with 86 points. Well done to you guys. Fantastically well scored. In an equally stupendous 84 points in second place, we have Jackie's pal who's on the phone, Huviano, and absolutely fantastic scores indeed. And in joint third place, we have the Plastic Bin and Team TARDIS with 82. So well done to you teams, you are all fantastic. And you know what? So will we.
They're asking for a link for the PayPal, Alex.
PayPal, of course I can, Victoria. paypal.me/quiz actually. There we go, Victoria. Thank you very much. Anyone remember Billy Piper singing "It was if Cassandra was part of her soul"? Yeah.
Oh.
The Mark Stack on the PayPal is Mark's full name. Just in case you wonder why it says Mark Stack and not Quiz actually on there, it's the same thing. So Joe says I sound like if I was commentating on the Grand National. I think I did all right.
Oh dear.
Sarah Rendell said, I asked for Doctor Who DVDs for Christmas so I don't have to worry about subscriptions. Good idea. We've got hard copies somewhere and we've lost them. We must find them before 31st of December.
What made it worse is we had problems with our cable supplier that cut us off for 5 days. So we basically had from Monday evening till late on Friday. We actually had to cancel Friday's quiz because they'd basically knocked us off. And it's been a hectic week. Plus the fact we couldn't do research the last few episodes either.
Yeah, I had to mirror my phone onto the TV and watch it through that. It was awful. George says, I'll declare war with every other winner. Linda will absorb you all.
I like that comment.
This is not a war, this is pest control, says Sam.
I'm loving your comments, really am. Oh, that's the first one we've had, and I want to say thank you so much to Jordan Brown. And we throw it back to all of you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Jim Carter, who plays Mr. Carson. Who's Jim Carter? He's a little bit older and greyer than Mark, we'll have to say.
I think it's just the nose, isn't it?
It could be. Who knows?
Who knows?
Thank you so much for these comments. That's amazing. They're taking it off, said Helen. Merry Christmas from Jordan. We saw that one. Victoria, thank you very much. Please tell me you guys are going to watch the New Year's Day special, especially as Jack Captain. Captain Jack is back, especially. You wanted us to know that so much, you wrote especially twice. Thank you very much, Universal Wi-Fi. We'll see you on the 20th. That's really kind of you. My Bowtie and Fez are most definitely cool, and Linda will be defeated by them and Geronimo. Yeah, it will be an absolute special, won't it? Because Captain Jack is back.
Yes. If you're all name checking, I know one. I'm going to see who actually can name this person. I knew the guy who one character has been named after. Who is that?
Quiz War, says George Spencer. Doctor Who is all on Crave, except the original, which I need to watch eventually.
I'm expecting Xander to get that one. So Xander, who did I know who had a character named after them?
Merry Christmas, Bronwyn. Merry Christmas to Samira. I'm watching purely for Jack, to be honest. That said, I am intrigued by the new Dalek design, but the bronze is best. I don't like their necks.
There's a weird thing with around the spheres. They glow red.
Wilfred, says Jed.
No. It was in the last series, if that is any help.
I like that. Someone just wrote, I relate to Daleks and Davros too much.
Xander, you got it spot on. How did I guess you would get that? It is a marvellous guy who died a couple of years ago called Paul Condon. Lovely, lovely guy. And they named one of the Jadoon after him.
Ah! So Xander has actually sent us the Doctor Who edition Series 1 Episode 2, and he was the chaser name, the Destroyer of Skaro. We're going to watch that in a minute when this is finished.
Yes.
And Bronwyn is going to empty the washing machine.
Oh, thank you, Darren. That means a lot to us. It really, really does.
We've really enjoyed it. We're going to go in 1 minute, guys, as I think we've wasted enough of your time. Platoon of Jadoon by That Lagoon. Watch the vid, I'm quite good in it. From what you've said tonight, I'm pretty sure you are. In fact, we can get you to write questions for us, and you can just sit out the quiz 1 week. We'll just ride on your coattails of being experts. I'm going to give the score sheet another quick sort, just in case, because I can see a few people are editing things. If you are in there now, I'm sorry. I'm going to just quickly sort it out. A couple of teams have moved up, which is fine. No one's taken over the top spots, which is...
Oh, I think that's the... I think I'm going to... Jed, I'm going to use that as our final comment. That would be great. As we go, I'll use that as my final comment.
Sandy says, well, I'm available. He's quite flexible with my timetable.
Oh, well done, Kenny. Thank you.
Going for a victory cigarette. I like it. That'd be weird, wouldn't it, if Graham was stayed on and he could do like a meta special where Graham interviews himself on the chase.
Yeah.
Graham and Bradley Walsh clash.
Right, guys, I think it's time for us to go now.
Indeed.
Alex, I don't want to go.
See you on the 20th of December on Mondays and Fridays. Facebook.com/quiz actually. Bye.
Bye.